Switching majors and being indecisive in college can cost students thousands and thousands of dollars, as well as parents. Switching that major is usually the main result of not doing enough initial information, fact-finding, investigating. And really, we know students in most cases have tried to actually pick or guess what they want to do without really a lot of substance to it. Welcome to this first video of I don't know what I want to do. Probably the most common scenario that students face heading out of high school and going into college. What we want students to be able to do with this video is actually take a completely different approach to how they think about their next chapter. The keys that you're going to hear in this video have all to do with eliminating first. And this approach gets students thinking, it gets them actually progressing and moving forward in terms of what they know they don't want to do first. Take a listen to this video number 1. Thank you so much for joining, and we look forward to having you through this 3-part video series.
So jumping in, step number 1. We know the biggest challenge for students is to have a starting point, to figure out their life path, figure out what they want to do and don't want to do. So step number 1 is compile a list. We want you to get a list of the top 100 fields, majors, jobs from Google, from your career advisors of what the information they have or guidance counselors, and then any other sources you want. Take these 3 channels, put them together, and you're going to come up with a list. Step number 2. On that list, we want you to look at it from what you don't want to do first. We want you to eliminate what you don't want to do first that you absolutely know. Step number 3, why don't you want to do that? Come up with some reasons, 3 to 4, and if you can't come up with reasons, it's still a maybe. Step number 4, we want you to break into this list 3 categories: your no, your maybes, which you don't have enough information about, and your yeses. With your yeses and your maybes, you're going to obviously be discovering more, and that's the key. Step number 5 is to create a consideration funnel, and you're going to have this as separate from your list, and you're going to be looking at this. The first are going to be your top line considerations, things like the sight of blood, headaches when you read, don't want to get on a plane or travel. These are absolute deal breakers from day one. When you know after you've already eliminated some of your no's, you're looking at these things and saying, oh, absolutely, I don't want to do that or can't do that, and you have specific reasons why, right? That's clear. Then you get into more of your deeper considerations, which are your culture, your salaries, net salary, not gross. You want to know what actually you're making. You know, obviously, if there's internship availabilities, if there's advancement opportunities, how the job market looks for that field. So all your considerations list, the type of work environment that you're going to be in, cube or not. Are you friendly and like to be around a lot of people? Is that an environment that really spurs that? So these considerations are super important to have a list next to your actual full list of the jobs, fields, and majors that you've created. So you've got these 2 sources you're looking at. Number 6, what are you interested in, right? What are some of those yeses that have come out? What are your passions? And what are your actual skills? Number 7, break out all the work environments. This has to do with company size. That's what we're going to focus on. This work, step number 7, basically 6 different sized groups: a small business, a family-owned business, a startup, a mid-sized organization, a large company, or a mega-sized company. Those last 2, large and mega, have divisions within them. Keep that in mind, and they're constantly innovating. Your skills list is number 8. So we want you to understand the different groups of skills: employable, transferable, hard skills, soft skills, and then your own skills. You knowing what skills are is really important. So we want to focus here on soft skills. List out all of the soft skills, right? Critical thinking, problem solving, decision making, interpersonal skills, communication skills, resilience. Really, really big there, right? Your effort is resilience. Then look at your own skills, and we want you to circle which ones right away are you, based on what you're good at, based on your interests, your passions. And we also want you to look at things you feel like you can develop. So circle the ones that you know are you, put a square around the ones you can develop, and then you're left with a few, and those may be not yet. Step number 9 are your large umbrella industries and sectors that are out there. We use 5 as a quick example. We want you to break these out and also eliminate the no's within them too, and have a few reasons why. The examples are business, STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, education, healthcare, and we use communications and media as number 5. These big sectors like business, within business, we'll give you a quick example, is you've got accounting, you've got finance, you've got international business, you've got economics, you've got marketing, you've got advertising. Personally, I knew right away I didn't want accounting and finance because I did my research, I met with people, I eliminated those two. International I wasn't going to do right away, but I could be interested later on. I knew I was going to focus specifically in marketing and advertising. And I eliminated first what I didn't want to do based on my discovery and my research and meeting with people. And I came up with those, and I actually selected my college based on it. Step and final step number 10 is understanding your job scenarios. What are the different types of job scenarios that exist for you? Internships, big companies. We want you to think a little bit more honed in than just that. We want you to think about your making money job, your discovery job that's going to help you build skills that you may not know a lot about, but you think you may be interested in it. So you want to find out more, maybe do a project with them, maybe do an unpaid internship, taking some kind of course of action to take some hours every week or month that you can work on and build that understanding of that industry or that specific role. Next is your experience jobs. These are jobs that directly align with what your interests are, help you build those specific skills for that specific industry. Number 4 type of job scenario is your passion job. This is something that's probably an unpaid scenario, but you've been working a lot on it. It may be a startup, an idea, a mission. We call it a passion project or passion job. And they're super exciting because you really start to develop interest in things that come from other things that you've exposed yourself to. The last but not least is your industry job. You take a job as an intern with a company, maybe freshman or sophomore year of college, and you start to see that maybe that's not what you want to do, but you see another path within the industry that actually opens up based on your experience that you've gathered. So these job scenarios are really important. And when you plug it all in, it really comes down to the 168-hour model. You can be doing multiple of these at a time, and you can be kind of aligning and kind of engineering these gears, so to speak, working together. That's really important. Taking all of this, once you've done this I don't know what I want to do exercise and taken these steps to figure it out, and you've got your organized and your plan and a good industry focus, we want you now to compare it to something. And that's where you're going to take a self-assessment test, and you're also going to take a few free career quizzes. They'll tell you which jobs you seem to be best for based on what you've answered. So you'll be able to compare what they say with what you pick. But don't cheat and do those first. Go through this exercise first, then go to your self-assessments online, and those free career quizzes. Myers-Briggs and DISC are 2 great self-assessment personality profiles, and many My Free Career Quizzes. If you Google that, you can take those as well.
We hope you enjoyed this first video of I Don't Know What I Want to Do. And in case you didn't notice, we are actually a global podcast as well. This first video and these 2 videos that we have are actually clips from our Student Success podcast, Fastcast versions. We have a Fastcast and a Fullcast, and we hope that you actually would listen, rate, review, and also subscribe to that. And we hope you got a lot out of this first video. What we want to be able to do for you next in this second video is actually to be able to talk to you about getting yourself set up for success. And one of those key drivers to do that in this next video, creating the brand of you, will hit on that. We've found that our third video, which is massive mistakes, one of those mistakes as well is the many perspectives we got from postgrads of what students fail to do early on. So these next 2 videos transition nicely into each other. We hope you enjoy and have a listen.